if we're gonna take
like
any like other countries' swag look, like their formal official wear, the Saudis have it perfect. No other group of people like the ruling class, none of them are half as comfy, half as like chic looking as the Saudis. They have their comfortable hat. They're not putting product in. They don't care. A nice soft band of fabric holding on their nice draping headpiece, whatever it is. Big, giant white robes, pristine, clean, comfortable, airy. And then we show up. We got a tie on in the desert. Oh, God.
I'm not there. No. I'm going all Scottish. You just show up in a skirt, button-down shirt. Dude, it's flattering for your figure and your balls swing free.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be as on board for it, but I like that almost as much as the shirt.
I got married in a kilt, and I like a kilt. It's comfy.
Really? Mm-hmm. Where did you go?
What was under the kilt? What was under the kilt?
But nothing. Nothing. I freeballed.
There it is.
Yeah, got a freeball.
That's the traditional way to do it, right?
I expected nothing less.
For the hill people.
Yeah. The hill people.
I was informed by my grandmother-in-law that only hill people don't wear underwear, and I was like, "Well, I am hill people." So.
Do I look classy, Grandma?
Is that like your Scottish, your ancestry, and so you fire up a kilt?
Yeah. So my wife and I both have Scottish ancestry, so yeah, we fired up the kilt.
So you both wore kilts.
I like the Scots.
She didn't go kilt personally. No, she just brought a makeup mirror to look up mine during this ceremony.
I like it.
What she was marrying.
I was like, "Come on, lady, commit to the bit."
She glued a little mirror to her shoe tip to hold on to there.
That would be hilarious. That's a great idea.
Just have a look.
Really,
how big do you think
it was really comfy. I gotta say though, it's warmer than you think it is. If you wear like a proper kilt, it's hotter than you would think it is.
Yeah, I never thought Scotland would be.
You're not really getting breeze, and it was like 30 degrees on the day, so it was like 90 something in freedom units.
I just remember like the memes you see online sometime of like a British weather girl or whatever being like, "It's unbelievably hot here," and like it shows the Fahrenheit equivalent. It's like 81 degrees.
Yeah,
and it's like record break. Yeah, I know, but that still 81 degrees.
Kyle, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Like 81.
I would die. 81's rough.
Like an 85, no air conditioning in the UK is probably pretty unpleasant.
Well, they don't have air conditioning in any of their buildings. It's
because it rains. It's all rainy and foggy. Can you imagine how like hot and humid 85 feels inside one of those 400-year-old houses they live in?
Now, I know that a lot of the homes don't have AC, but like professional environments do, right? Like if you're a programmer in UK, like you've got proper HVAC, right?
I would imagine big buildings have to.
I don't think they've acclimatized the weather. I think they've just stayed inside since the Blitz because they're scared. They've just become pussies.
They're a bunch of fucking pussies, but not the Scots though. The Scots
it's raining. Cool. Is it bombs or hail? Holy fuck! Inside.
Yeah, I would like to go to Scotland, or really anywhere in Europe, but Scotland would be up there. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. Are Americans actually disliked a bunch over there, or just is that more tongue-in-cheek jokey?
No, you will see some Americans like because Americans the way they speak, they're very like the way they end their sentences because they go down at the end of their sentences. They sound very blunt to other language speakers, and so Americans are very straight to the point and. A lot of people, if you're like more of a louder American, a lot of people will think you're being rude even when you're not. And and you'll see it in like restaurants, like you'll see an American sitting in a restaurant expecting American level service from a country that doesn't do tips and where they don't give a fuck about service levels. They'll get pretty pissed off, but it's like, they don't really care.
I'd be pissed off too. One thing I don't like about Europe that I've heard is that if you get like a Diet Pepsi, no free refills. You're paying for every refill on your sodas, which is fucking communism. It's despicable. What kind of bullshit continent can't do free refills on soda?
How is that communism?
I'm trying to process the same thing. I'm like, that's the opposite.
No, those pinko non-soda drinking
capitalism
bitches.
all the way.
Yeah, I don't actually know how it's communism. You just that's what you do. You just go and throw communists at things you don't like,
communism,
and then you sell T-shirts about it.
It means bad.
Communist means I don't like
no
it.
refills is communism.
Yeah, it is. Not in the land of the free, baby. You can drink until you get a headache here.
Yeah, 99 cents per cup the size of your head.
You go to Quick Trip.
Refills.
You buy soda from Quick Trip. It's like they're daring you. 79 cents for 102 ounces. Do your worst. You're walking with both hands. That's something Trump would need both hands for. those Quick Trip giants.
It's so cheap. You'll have a coronary before you make money off it.
You look at the little side panel, and I mean, I'm only getting diet soda if I get it, and it's rare. I've done this, but like it'll tell you the calorie count. At restaurants, it'll be like, or at the gas station, whatever. It's like, oh, the 64 ounce soda can be between 0 and 1,800 calories. And I'll like look and I'll wonder. I'll be like, all right, clearly Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, that's the 0.
That's how you get
Mountain
fat.
Dew, Powerade. What's the real big spender here?
Who's the winner?
Yeah, probably Mountain Dew.
America does the empty calories the best. Like shit like Doritos, so you can buy in like a garbage bag size fucking bag. Like you don't really get that much in Australia. Like the Doritos bags are tiny. We don't do empty calories as well as America. That's why I find you don't see as many like of those. Like if you eat enough of those, you become one of those fucking mega fat people. Like I'm out of shape. I'm not mega fat though. But the empty calories I think is what pushes it over the line.
Slush, have you been to Mexico?
No, I haven't. No.
Dude,
I've been to LA. That's basically a suburb of Mexico.
No, in Mexico, first of all, it's very hard to buy protein there. And even if you order like a chicken dish, there's like a hint of chicken and it's all carbs.
Yeah.
But the like Doritos and Cheez-Its and shit like that they sell, they're like body bags. Like they're huge. You couldn't ride a bicycle and carry this bag at the same time. You could literally fit adult humans in the size of like cheese puffs.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got to talk about Khamzat Chimaev. This guy, he's fighting this weekend. It's the unbeaten guy with the hair.
Are you having a stroke?
He has the name wrong. So
Khamzat?
That part might be
taste
right.
Oh, did I get the last name wrong?
I thought you started with a Z. Did I make a mistake? I'd make mistakes.
I thought it was like Chimaev or something like that.
I'm about to get it right.
It's going to be some other gobbledygook word. It's not like
it is.
It's not like I made beeps or something.
It's Khamzat Chimaev.
Y'all freaked out.
Oh, thank you.
Obviously.
Anyway, Khamzat
I know who that
is fighting this weekend. Everybody's pretty hyped about it. He's fighting Gilbert Burns, and so I've been watching his like embedded thing. And how hard he's training for this fight. And I've never seen anything quite like this. He goes to sleep after training 4 times that day. And then he wakes up at midnight to train a 5th time that day. And he starts doing self like affirmations while he does speed rope in the dark while his coach times him. And I wrote down what he said.
How do you time someone in the dark?
What? He's sitting in the dark because the speed rope's going click, 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 click. He's hitting a speed rope at midnight in the dark with his coach, talking to himself. And this is what he said. I'm the best ever. Click, 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 click. Better than everybody. Smash everybody. Nobody's like me. He's too slow, coach. He's too weak. I'm too strong, too fast. My conditioning has no limit. Limited edition conditioning. And then he said something, and then the music like kicks in and like the little docudrama, and it goes, he said, my right hand, coach, it broke the mountains. And then he starts going fast. And I was like, all right, I like this guy a lot. This guy's great. He's talking about breaking mountains and shit.
Was he saying that like in kind of broken English?
Oh yeah, in that like cutesy sort of like barely able to speak the language kind of nonsense.
In an endearing way.
Very much endearing. Yeah, it's and when he says smash, he says smash. It's
smish.
No, I'm looking forward to that fight big time.
So he was talking about how he got inspired to go into the UFC, right? So at this point, he's like the number 2 Swiss wrestler or something. I don't know why he wrestles in Switzerland. He's Russian of some sort. But anyway, he watches Conor McGregor knock out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. Conor McGregor is a bad man right now. The baddest man on the planet in his weight class. And he says this, if that guy did that shit, why can't I? Mentally, I'm stronger than him. My body, bigger than him. I was feeling at that time, if I met him outside, I could break him. If he makes that money, why not me? And it's like, dude, when I was watching Conor on his run, I never thought that. I never thought, why not me?
I honestly thought like, oh, wow. So they make ninjas in Ireland. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Where's
that's a good quote.
Chechnya?
Oh, God.
It's in Western Russia, right?
That's where they had like those horrors for like a decade. This guy's, maybe that's not a hair lip. Maybe it's a bullet wound.
I don't understand Russian borders anymore.
I don't either.
Well, they border like 30 fucking countries.
But like, what is Russia? What is just what Russia thinks is Russia? Is Georgia Russia, for example?
Yes.
They'd like it to be.
I think Chechnya is Russia, but I don't know.
Yeah, Chechnya is a region of Russia, so that's why like Khabib is Russian.
Well, he's not.
He's from there, right?
No, he's from Dagestan.
Oh, well, I was just using the only
Dagestan.
other guy I know, Dagestan. Now, see that could be Russia too. I don't know.
Relevant though. He's just a hard as nail motherfucker who grew up in a rough place, and really looking forward to see him fight this weekend. He's a real ugly guy too, which I appreciate.
Do you ever just look at a map of Europe without the names and realize you don't know anything about how the world works?
Oh God,
I do that with lots of maps too.
Can you believe they got? Let me ask you a real question, Taylor. Let me ask you a real question. How sure are you that they have cars in Moldova?
I'm pretty sure.
I
bet they're like Eastern Bloc cars. Either that, or is that one of the places where they have big F1 races?
Here's what I would guess. I would guess that the car to oxen-driven cart ratio is not 1-0.
You know what I would bet? I bet they have really strong, physically hardy women there
from pulling the carts.
From so many of their men
When
having
the oxen
died
aren't ready?
in anonymous battles and wars, probably.
I don't know if they fight in wars in Moldova. Soon maybe we'll see how things go.
What's happening in
I'm such
Moldova?
a dumbass. I thought Moldova was like blue-watered Mediterranean
Maldives,
location.
that is, yes.
That sounds like a much nicer place.
Look at the way you look at Moldova on the map. It's one of those countries where like another country steals all of their access to water. It's like Moldova's here and Ukraine's like just like steals. It's like, have you ever seen Croatia? The audacity of Croatia. Pull up Croatia and look at what they're doing to Serbia and all these other places of this beautiful beach, and Croatia just slices it. Have you looked at Croatia? It's a total U. They just stole the entire.
That has to be a byproduct. I don't know anything about the situation. That has to be a byproduct of a real badass group of people, don't you think? Like there was at some point, those other people wanted access to that river or coastline, and they were just like, "No, do you want to die for it though?" Like that happened at some point, right?
There is an example of a look at
Oh,
that.
That's not fair. Look at that.
Look at it goes all the way down.
Look, after the city of Plos or whatever, there's a tiny gap for Bosnia to get its food, and then Croatia said, "Fuck you, we're taking Dubrovnik as well." The little additional bit. Very
that's
unfair.
the gap. I do see it. Yeah, they let it so it doesn't even connect. They just took a. That's hilarious. We'll let you have one
cheatery.
There's an example that's closer to home. And Kyle, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but Georgia and Alabama got butt fucked by Florida. They're just like, oh, the golf? Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, they just let on. Well, see, there was a time when they had the entire southern United States butt fucked. Remember the Louisiana Purchase, like those lines went all the or some map that I've seen where it just like cuts. The wording was from here and everything westward. Like they didn't even know what was there. So
Russia's like the fuck.
So it literally was like a straight line that went to California and into the Pacific Ocean. It was like, yeah, all of that too.
It made Oklahoma like 1,000 miles long.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Those old maps. It's great. No, we don't have a lot of coastline, and what we have sucks. You ever been to Jekyll Island?
I didn't know there was one.
It's a muddy pustule off the coast of Georgia that you have to go on over a bridge to see. I cut my feet a lot on those conch shells in that muddy water. I don't know what I was doing out there. I think back now to how far I walked from shore, and it probably pales in comparison to some of the nonsense Woody did. back in the day in Jersey, but like we were easily 1,000 yards out, like half of like you could just walk, like it was like up to your like belly button, and like we were feeling around on the ocean floor for like conch shells, they're sharp, and we were like we're collecting them.
What was the job that fired you instantly upon learning that you'd taught your dog a salute?
It was two. One wasn't really a firing. Like one of them was just a call center. Like it was like repairing. See how the little PDAs use whenever you make a card transaction. It was like repairing them. So you had people calling you that couldn't speak English, and you were having to guide them through a complicated process of like how to reset their PIN machine and everything. So that was a fucking nightmare. And the other one was security, and that wasn't so much a firing. I just never got shifts. I think they just kind of went, if we ignore him, he'll go away. Yep. And everyone was kind of like, but I work for you.
Like, yeah, you do. And as soon as we can pull you in.
Just, I think I said, am I not getting any shifts this week? And I never got a text back. And I was kind of like, and it's not like a security boss to turn down someone that wants to do shifts. So I kind of just went, all right, okay, that's that then. But like, ended up as I was getting like taken out the cell, I'm getting handcuffed up and everything. As I'm getting loaded into the van's got like lots of little pods in it for like each prisoner. As I'm walking by one of the windows, I see a friend of mine like that. But he's one of these friends where you only get to ever hang out with him for about 2 or 3 months at a time, because then he's back in for like a while. So ended up, I was like, oh fuck, how you doing? Fancy meeting you here, like type of thing. And when we were sitting there, we're like shouting through the little boxes at each other, like to try and talk to each other. And he sort of says, allegedly, I opened someone's face up with a meat cleaver. He basically slashed someone down the face, which is a very common thing in Scotland, extremely common. But yeah, nice. It's called a chib. That's why see that Scottish actor in like Sons of Anarchy. He had a Glasgow smile.
That was his name. That's what they call him. They call him Chibs.
Chibs, because he had 2 chibs. That's what
it comes from. Common thing.
Thank you
Scotland.
so much for that.
What does chibs mean?
Chibs are slashed to slash someone's face.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And what he got was called the Glasgow grin, because they cut a smile into his face.
I didn't like that. Or does he have it for real?
Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
Well, the guy who did it, I didn't realize it was real when I watched that show or saw him in other things, and I'm like, God, I wish they would make that symmetrical. Like, because one of them is lower. It's kind of a Glasgow smirk.
Well, it's because he was struggling, because they were cutting his face up. It's not like he was being mugged for DJ equipment. That was why they were trying to steal his DJ equipment from him.
No, man, say what you want about our
hold still, man. You want it even.
Yeah, it makes him look very hardcore.
Does it though?
Yeah, he's got a feet. That's clearly not like something he was born with, like a hair lip. That's a violent chop or a slice.
Well, there's two. Whenever you see someone with a slash on their face, like in Scotland, like some people go, "Oh, you look really tough," but people in the know go, "You're not trustworthy."
Yeah,
you did something. You did something really bad.
What did he do? This guy we just looked at, like it seems like he was being mugged.
Yeah, he was being mugged.
So he's falsely accused of being untrustworthy.
That's true. That is true. But 9 times out of 10, if someone has a slash, it's because they stole drugs or they snitched on someone or something like that. It's basically like a big punishment. It's them marking you, basically saying like untrustworthy.
It's a scarlet letter on your face.
That essentially is what it is.
Well, it's just wrong to give that to people who are trustworthy.
I know, but it's just a thing in Glasgow. It's been a thing in Glasgow for over 100 years. Yeah,
the tradition.
It started with they say like the cutthroat razors they used to carry around in like the 1800s and everything. It started with that.
This is blowing me away, and I'm from the land of gunshots.
Oh no, there's a famous picture on like Sauchiehall Street in Glasgow of like the razor gangs, as they're called. There was loads of different ones that you get all the way throughout Glasgow, and the razor was like the weapon of choice because they're easy to hide from the police and everything. You can hide them in the brim of your cap and all that type of stuff. But they blew up around the 60s, 70s, and there's a very famous picture on Sauchiehall Street in Glasgow of a member of a razor gang walking up and trying to slash a police inspector. Like in broad daylight. No, the police hold on, I need to find this picture. The police inspector looks so hardcore. He's got like a cigarillo. There it is. There, that's the exact picture. He's still got his smoke hanging out his mouth with fucking. And then there's other pictures of him just taking the guy to the ground and everything as well. Yeah, that was the orange walk.
It's a police. What is a police inspector? It sounds like a management position. Is he like?
He's like a detective.
Okay.
If you keep a baseball bat in your car, also keep a mitt. Your lawyer will thank you. Yeah.
But and if I'm ever showed up to beat somebody up with a baseball bat, I'm wearing my uniform. I got cleats on.
Meanwhile, you're like 36 years old. You haven't played baseball in 18 years.
It's like that gang for the Warriors.
Yeah, come at me.
Doesn't fit right.
I'm wearing that fucking like the whole uniform to court too. It came at me when I was playing ball. What are you playing, sir?
Dude,
Irrelevant.
It's my made-up game.
Speaking of weapons, because there's a lot of street violence in Scotland, that's why it was like, oh, that stuff was like horrendously like illegal. You would get immediate time for it. But there was one big fight I was in because, like I said, like youths, we're from here. You're not from here. We don't want you here. And then the fight would start. Well, there was a fight where there was all of us and there was all of them. Everyone always goes like, oh, why are you talking about shit like this on stream? This is Scotland. This is just what people did growing up. Like, fucking, this is just the way things are here. But a guy turned up to a fight with a stepladder, a little stepladder, like a little 3-step stepladder, and we are all laughing at him and pointing at him, going like that. What the fuck? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? And everyone, and then we all charged in at each other. I got knocked out with a stepladder. At least allegedly, I don't remember a fucking thing. I don't remember shit. Like, I just remember like sort of waking up like after it, and I'm sort of like body jerking around and shit like that, and all my friends are going, "Fucking hell, man! Your head ate that fucking stepladder, man! Like, you got fucked up."
Man. So, yeah, gang in Scotland just like rolling in office chairs.
Various things from the supply cupboard.
People going backwards.
A stapler.
You're eating like chicken legs, like but the bones are slightly sharpened.
I do like the idea that they all have staplers, whipping them around like nunchucks,
like they're the jets, snapping at you with swinging staplers around. You can fuck somebody up with a stapler.
It's just the weapon laws here are just like fucking so strict. Like firearms are just completely gone, like none at all. It's like you get people as well that go, no, you can like get a shotgun and you can get like you can apply for a license, but like to meet the requirements, it's just not possible. The only way that you ever meet the requirements for any type of firearms, like pistols, full ban. Pistols are completely banned. You're not allowed them, full stop. But like you can get like a deer hunting rifle or a shotgun, but the hoops and requirements you have to meet are so strict that like nobody gets it. And in order to get those licenses, you would have to have never even breathed near a police officer in your entire life. Like I got my you see even an air rifle, like a little 2.2 spring loaded like air rifle, you need a license for that as well. And my license got rejected, not for the Nazi pug stuff, not for the fucking fighting or anything like that, but because when I was 17, I was caught drinking in the street. That's why my license
disallows you forever from owning a hunting rifle
for something that happened like 15 years prior. So not even a hunting rifle, a 2.2 air rifle. This thing would give a deer a slight bruise. Right? It's just.
I'm pretty sure those are in the toy section in America.
Yeah, if you shot me with that, you would hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
and then Woody would respond with a real weapon. Woody'd be like, "That's neat. Here's my gun." Like,
no, the reason they got banned was this happened in Glasgow. There was firefighters attending like a building that was on fire, and everyone was crowded round to watch. And some dickhead was firing an air rifle at the firefighters, but then he hit like this. He hit like this 2-year-old boy in the head, and the 2-year-old boy ended up dying. And because of that, all air rifles absolutely banned. So basically, there was shit tons of hobbyists like all over Scotland, and it was like a pretty expensive industry. It was pulling in like a few million like every year and everything like that. But now it's completely, utterly shut down because, like I said, the hoops you need to jump through, the requirements, like nobody could fucking meet them. But that was the plan. Like that was the plan, like to take everyone's fucking guns away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that sucks. The knife thing, because they're really useful tools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they're useful for
I've got a
something.
little one I use for fishing and everything as well. But like again, even if I'm fishing and I get caught with that knife, it's down to the officer's discretion.
So I was gonna ask about that. Like, are officers like, well, this guy's clearly fishing. It's a fillet knife.
So some will be complete dicks. There are
Yeah.
a lot of our police officers are like, everyone talks about like police officers on power trips in America. Ours are so much worse, and it's a lot to do
Really?
with the.
It's hard
a
to
lot
be
to-
a lot worse.
What is
Well-
worse about him?
Police officers in Scotland tend to be Protestants, which is us going back into that whole thing again.
Yeah.
And if you've got an Irish last name, then you might be in a little bit of trouble. Man,
Really? So they find somebody they find an O'Malley, in the middle of the lake. He's more likely to get in trouble than Smith.
They deny that shit happens. They deny it happens, but it fucking happens. It happens.
Huh. Well, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like not being able to have knives is so fucking foreign and bizarre. Because like when you think about a knife, like what list where in the list when you just think knife, do you think stabbing someone? It's so low. You think like, when I think it's like, I keep a knife that would be illegal where Dank is right near my front door, and its only purpose is boxes. Purpose is boxes.
Oh my God. Right now, I hardly leave bed because my leg's broken. But normally, I use my knife every day, and it's almost all on Amazon boxes.
Yeah.
It's
something. It's removing such a utility. Like what?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a knife.
The concept of
He's
a
allowed them at
sharpened
home.
edge being illegal. I know, but the concept of a sharpened edge being illegal is so weird. It's like outlawing subtraction. Like what?
Yeah.
No, this is cavemen figured this shit out.
I don't know what the laws, I don't know what the laws are there, but I'm guessing that it's illegal for him to have a knife that he doesn't need for work outside his home, right?
Well, you missed what Dank said in that, like, it's up to the cop's discretion. So if you have a
As it should
multi-tool
be.
that you use to pull the hook out of a fish's mouth, if that cop doesn't like you, he can arrest you while you're
You
fishing.
shouldn't have that. That can kill people because then what'll happen is there'll be the fucking all of a sudden there'll be a gang called the Leathermen, and all they'll do is fucking look. If you want to kill somebody with a Leatherman, man, you'll absolutely make it happen. A Leatherman is a sturdier knife than that green piece of shit there.
But what he was saying was that if you go fishing and you have, what a fishing knife looks like, probably the audience does too. It's a special fillet thing, and it's clearly a purpose-built fishing knife. It's up to the officer's discretion. If you're in a rowboat in this situation, the officer might be like, "No, I don't think you should have that knife." It's like clearly this knife has utility for what I'm up to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's gonna be a
one of-
repercussion for you in the legal system down the road, though, right? You'll get to court, and the judge will be like, well, was he on a fishing boat? Yeah. Did he have fish? Yeah. Was he cleaning the fish with a knife? Yeah. I think it's a fishing knife, officer.
Yeah, but the thing is, you still get arrested and you still get fucking your knife confiscated and you still have to go to court and all that stuff, and that shit just shouldn't happen.
Cost you money.
I mean,
yeah.
It does, though. I mean, I got arrested for like carrying that pistol that time. They're like, your permit doesn't work, and it's like, you say so. I mean, you do have handcuffs.
And you have a gun also.
And did you have a concealed carry?
Oh yeah, I was 1,000% legal. Yeah.
I didn't know if you were open carrying or something.
I was open carrying, but it doesn't matter in Georgia. Like I have a permit to carry a handgun.
Yeah, in North Carolina, you don't need a permit to open carry unless it's changed. It could be out of date. Concealed, yes, but open, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there wasn't a distinction here at the time. Like I even made that point. I was like, open carrying is the more kind way to carry. like as far as law is concerned, I'm like, I got it out here for all to see. I'm not hiding a damn thing because I don't think there's anything wrong with what I'm doing. That's what I'm implying by my actions here.
Sure.
I walked into a Walmart wearing a Ruger, sir. If I was up to no good, I wouldn't have been playing fucking Spyro in the video game section with my cousin. All right,
And you wouldn't have picked a Georgia Walmart because you're not the only guy there with a Ruger.
We're in Hartwell, Georgia. Okay, like my odds of getting out of here are slim.
Yeah, if I start shooting, I'm not making it past home.
The good old boys in the parking lot are gonna slay me, dude. You go to a Southern Walmart parking lot at 11 p.m. at night. There's a crowd of guys out there who will gun you down. It'll be a firing squad.
And so you grew up. You never lived there though. You were always here.
We would summer. We would sometimes they would pawn me off on my gran, and I'd have to spend the whole fucking summer there, which sucked because it's a shit.
It doesn't say that. You're a liar.
I'm not lying, Dad.
You did.
I was born in England. We moved to Canada when I was 5, and then I moved to New York in my late 20s.
Isn't Glasgow like the stabbing capital of the planet? Isn't that like shaking hands there?
It's Newark, New Jersey. The Glasgow smile is when they cut your face here. So I remember seeing the Joker, and like in the scary part of the movie, Heath Ledger is like, and then my dad decided to cut my mouth because I wasn't smiling enough. And the music's all like, whoa, scary. And I'm like, yeah, that's a bad Friday night in Glasgow. What, now you're a supervillain? Fuck you, pussy.
Yeah, we had a guest who was telling us about that. He said that when people in the know see that smile, they identify that person like as a rat, like it's a scarlet letter.
Oh, really?
That's what he said.
I don't think that's the case in Glasgow, but maybe in the States. You know what they would do in Glasgow? They'd cut your face with a carpet cutter, but they put a match. They put 2 blades in the carpet cutter, and they'd put a match between the 2 blades. So when they slice your face, it's really hard to stitch up because there's a piece of spaghetti hanging down that you can't seal. So you end up with
that's diabolical.
That's so sinister.
I'm confused. A match?
Stab me.
A match stick?
They put 2 blades in, so now there's 2. But to make them split apart, they put a match in there. So now they've got these 2 terrible cuts side by side, and the skin in the middle makes it very difficult to stitch because they have no way to like grab that. So now they just got to remove it and make a big gash that they fill in.
Thank you. I got too hung up on the match part as a like. How is that a weapon? I'm very confused.
Fucking diabolical. I hate that. I'd rather deal with this.
When I would go there as a kid, the little kids would go, "What team do you support?"
What'd you say?
If you support Rangers and they're a Celtics fan, they'll kill you. And if you support Celtics and you're a Rangers fan, you'll kill you. Like, you don't wear blue in the areas where there's Celtic fans because that's green. My cousin got bottled from a bus. A bus of Celtics fans were driving by, and he was wearing a blue shirt. He wasn't even a Rangers fan. But they're like, no, not today. Fucking bottle. So I said, Dad, I don't enjoy the whole. I would speak with a Scottish accent down there just to sort of blend in.
Yeah, when in Rome.
What do I say? What team do you support? How do I know I'm with the right side? And he goes, just say Partick Thistle. They're a shit team, and people will say you're mad.
So now you just say you're a Thistle fan?
Go, what team do you support? And I go, Partick Thistle. And then they would laugh and go, you're a fucking bombpot, which means a lunatic.
What is that word?
It was like a force field.
A bampot?
Bampot means lunatic. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
one of the best accents ever. Reminds me of Shrek.
That's good advice.
I like it. I was like, I was like, what do I do if I'm in that situation? I don't even watch sports ball.
You'd have to have an answer. You couldn't make fun of soccer to them. They would hate that.
But
no way. You'll get killed either way. I mean, that's the only thing you can say to not die. Although I did remember in the early 80s, Bruce Lee caught on over there and Kung Fu and all the movies. And so I go there one summer and they're like, do you know Kung Fu? And I'm like, yeah. I'm only allowed to use it in self-defense. My sensei said that I could only use it if I'm attacked, but I obviously could kill everyone in this room right now. All right, pal. And no one fucked with me for like 3 years when Kung Fu. They'd hear an American accent and just assume you were a ninja.
Oh, that's
and
handy.
then that faded away, and it was back to violence.
Yeah, there was a whole wave of movies in the 80s, like American Ninja, this, that, and the other. They were all different colors. There was a ninja mania.
It was crazy. And I look at people taking Kung Fu lessons, like, they always have a big glass wall so you can see in. And I'm just like, this is gay.
Yeah, you're going to be tough at the mall.
It's absolutely gay. These guys have heard this story.
Like this? What are you going to do? Chop me in half with your
it's stupid
hands?
They will literally tell you you're not punching right if they fail to block it. That's how Kung Fu training goes. I told these guys a story, but quickly for you. I was at work. Some guy was giving out lessons that you could win in a raffle. I forget how I won the Kung Fu lessons, but I did win, and I went to them and took Kung Fu for, 6 months. And it is stupid and it doesn't work, but I had fun.
We call him Sensei when you're not here.
It's just you're learning like woo fu kung fu, that like Wong Fei Hung stuff with.
It's stupid. The move that caught my mind was this. He's like, if someone puts their hand on your chest, then you grab their fingers and you pull them apart, right? You take them, spread them super wide. And I'm like, no one is ever going to gift me their hand like that. Whoever puts their hand on their opponent's chest, fingers spread, palm down, that's not a thing. It's all make believe.
Absolutely separate your fingers if you put your hand on my chest in slow motion and go. Alrighty, so we got this one. Like you grab here and then you twist it and then you apply pressure. Yeah, a fight happens in a nanosecond and you're just like,
Yeah. It's the same as those you see the gun disarming guys on Twitter. And they can disarm anyone with a gun if the person with the gun is slow and participating in the exercise.
Exactly.
But like other than that, like if someone's holding me at gunpoint, there's no way they're holding the gun here in my like if I'm holding Woody at gunpoint, do I walk up like it's a movie and like poke you in the chest with the gun and be like, yeah, Steve, you don't have a chance of taking this from me now. Like, no, I would shoot you.
Kyle,
so that wouldn't work. I was at a machine gun shoot, and there was a guy there who was demonstrating that technique. I don't remember what his fucking background was, but I guess the idea. First
Huckster.
of all, yeah, probably Huckster. He was a military man though. And if you're just trying to hold him at gunpoint, and your goal isn't to shoot him, like I'm taking a prisoner, and he did what he did to me, then he would have taken the gun away. The problem was I have to stand right in front of him, and him be like, all right, when I move, you pull the trigger. And in that instance, he could get he moved. Then he reached in at the same time, he was moving his head off center and his body off center, swiping the gun away, and also like hitting the inside of my wrist with like a karate chop. And it sort of hit the tendons and made this involuntary reaction where I let the gun go. And he had my gun. And I was like, well, I'd have shot you before like we got to all that. I don't think I'd have walked within reaching distance of you if we're, having a gunfight or something, or you're the bad man I'm catching.
Yeah.
But still, he could have taken the gun away from me, and that he did. He took it away from me because I wasn't intending to shoot him, I guess.
I got a question.
What's real? Boxing, jiu-jitsu,
wrestling,
Muay Thai,
kickboxing, MMA. Like there's only 4 that you could actually use in the real world. The rest are just dance.
Oh, Krav Maga.
A lot
Have
of
you
them are
ever
about
watched
the
a
same.
Krav Maga video? It's so funny. It's like
Pluck.
what you do is like you like tear their eyes out. You like rip their body. It's like chimp style. You fight like a chimp would, where you rip fingers off, nails, biting, eye
The
gouging.
problem with those fighting styles that have like various death touches is you can't train them. Like, you're going to pull my eyeball out in a real fight? It is the first time you've ever tried this.
That's fair.
I've had a pig head delivered every week. At this point,
Snatch
could really
it right
pluck
out of
one
there.
out. I mean, why would you want to pluck someone's eye out? Can't you just beat them up? Can you choke them out or punch them in the head? I don't want to pull somebody's fucking eyeball out.
I don't either. I think that's big talk to make people afraid of Krav Maga.
Well, it depends. Like if someone breaks into your house and your wife and kids are there, you're going to bite his penis off and like stick your thumbs into his eyes and everything. But
I'd lure him in with the blowjob and then bite it right off.
And you're like 4 minutes in. You're like, he's never going to suspect it now because he's getting.
No, it needs to be hard before I can really get a bite. It needs to be hard, rock hard before I can bite it good.
Yeah, ensure the blood flow.
you know what you do? You bite
That's
his
what's
dick
cool.
off. You bite his dick off, then you swallow it, and you say, "Get the fuck out of my house. If you leave my house, I will make myself vomit. You can get your dick back."
Oh,
But
I'd
How are you
leave.
going to say all that with your mouth so full?
I swallowed it.
Okay. Goes outside, and then you lock the door behind you. Like, okay.
That's actually a good idea for a movie. I remember the Lorena
A whole
Bobbitt-
movie, huh?
Well,
Centipede had a sequel.
I would expand upon that. Like, remember the Lorena Bobbitt story? The lady whose
Yeah.
husband was forcing
Yes.
himself on her, and then she cut his dick off in his sleep, and then drove away
Did he
with it.
do
I don't know
that?
how. That was the deal, yeah. And then she drove away with the penis and threw it out the car window. And I was just thinking, like, what if, like, the movie was about you snuck in and like drugged the guy and took his penis off surgically, and then when he woke up, like, if you want your penis back, you've got to go rob this bank. I want to see that movie.
But don't you have a matter of
Do anything for you.
or your dick like doesn't work?
Hmm?
Well, isn't there a very short time where you can get the dick back on? Like with
Oh, it's on
Bobby,
ice. It's on ice.
Yeah.
It's good.
some cop found the dick. So she threw it into a field. This cop drove around later and he's like, I got a hunch. And he walked up, found it.
Yep.
And then they brought it to the hospital. He did a porn after. He made a little mushroom kind of a dick. It's nothing to write home about. But
Better than nothing.
and you know what she got for that? 30 days in a loony bin.
Yeah.
That's not long
good.
enough. She seems like pretty loony.
It's attempted
is.
murder.
Her testimony was compelling.
Well, it is attempted murder. Yeah.
Well, and he was a rapist. But it's not self-defense. There's
There's no evidence. She claims she was in an abusive relationship, and they went,
Yeah.
"I believe you."
So the person that
did he deny
abused him physically says he was abusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Gavin's making a good point here. The fact that cop found that cock on the side of the road. Imagine, Taylor, if I told you, hey, Taylor, I threw an Oscar Mayer wiener out my window while I was driving down the road. I was about 1.5 miles past the quick stop. If you went and looked for that weenie,
No
the ants
chance.
would have eaten it days ago. Like
Yeah.
some sort of wildlife would have carried it off. You would
Yeah.
never find my dick, especially not mine.
Find your ant covered penis and bring it back to you.
I could throw your dick. I could throw your dick in the room behind you and send you on a scavenger hunt that would leave you scratching your head.
If you threw my dick out a window, the cops would be able to find it because all the neighbors would be calling about this escaped Burmese python that is in a field nearby, and they're worried about it consuming 300-pound men.
It's bloody and it has sores all over it. That would be horrible. What's the worst way to wake up? Dickless.
That's it.
That happened to me. I
Put your hands
I
up.
went to France, and I was like, I really want to see the fucking like architecture on the whatever it was called. The fucking church that burnt down in France.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, it's really beautiful. And I booked a hotel like across the road, like you can look out the window at the front of the fucking Notre Dame. And I had everything going, and then like a week before we went there, it burnt down. I was like, fuck off.
It survived for literally like 1,200 years.
And then it burnt down like the week before I went. Yeah. It's like, fuck you.
Did they put it back together? Did they build it back up?
The front facade was still there, but they I think they're still working on like the actual structural part of the building. But because of that, they'd close like that entire island on the CN, and so it's just like there's just armed police everywhere, and
they were in the process of remodeling anyway. Look at the scaffolding.
Yeah. Someone plugged a tool in or some shit, or
No
set a
shit,
fire
that's
while
what
they're
did
working
it?
on it. Yeah. It was like
I didn't know they figured it out.
some like cheap fucking tradesman or some shit like that burnt it down. But yeah.
By plugging in some Harbor Freight tool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they
Jesus
do have those weird voltages over there. It was probably a 600-volt miter saw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
So that view there, that last picture, the hotel that I was staying at was like above that picture, so you could see like the whole thing. Like on the left, on the left where that where this corner of the street is, I stayed like up above that, like above where the picture taker is.
So you got
And I
to
was like,
smell the cathedral.
Yeah. I was fucking
Goddamn. I mean, I guess it was fun to watch the firefighting like process and all the.
Oh no!
shit
See, I
show
didn't even get to do that. It was over
He was
before
a
I got
week
there.
late.
Oh, you're a week early. Oh,
Yeah,
late.
all I got was like a bunch of fucking French people protesting because they'd raised money to build it again, and everyone was like, "Why aren't you giving money to poor people?"
I was it's same thing, similar thing. I was in Vietnam one time, and I was kind of hiking around on this river. I was looking for some airheads or whatever, just kind of poking around. And this lady was out like tending to her fields, and the only word I guess she knew in English was cobra. And I see her like waving her arms, and she's just yelling, pointing at me like cobra. And I was like, "Oh, all you got to say." I was back out of there. Yeah, there's some scary animals on this planet, but cobras are right up at the very top for me, man. I was. For being afraid of cobras, I've ended up in a lot of places with cobras, but thankfully I've not had a run in.
Damn, you've been to a lot of snake-rich countries.
I have. That's kind of like why going to like Alaska is great because like there's no snakes.
Yeah,
Mosquitoes, though, right?
Man, there's some mosquitoes up there wearing tank tops and flip flops, man. I mean, you can hear them coming, man. They are something else. They're not as aggressive as like southern mosquitoes, though. I will say, like mosquitoes down in the south, the ones in Alaska, they're cruising around, but they don't really land on you and bite you as much as you think. So they're not too bad.
Do you hunt at all with all that? What do you? We haven't even touched on it. What are you doing when you're in all of these third world fucking snake countries? What are you doing?
Man, I'm just traveling and experiencing. Just road trips. I love getting road trips. I've taken road trips in 59 countries and 49 states, Arctic Circle in 4 countries, every hemisphere. I just like to get on the road and see, man, just to check it out. So it's just a curiosity thing for me.
That was pretty
That's
dope
awesome.
until you got to every hemisphere, because there's not that many.
Well, there's 4.
Hit 'em
I
both
mean,
or you haven't.
well,
How many hemispheres
north,
have you
south,
been to?
north, south, east, west.
I'm not sure.
So yeah, north, south, east, west. But yeah, just getting out there and seeing it. Just experiencing people, seeing things that inspire my art, or just somewhere I want to go back to. Just did a really cool trip up to Alaska with a couple of buddies of mine. I was scouting out for that Sway expedition that Ed and those guys did just a couple weeks ago. And I mean, Alaska is great. We went up there last year to throw cars off a cliff. You've probably seen that thing in a little town called Glacier View, where on the 4th of July, because the sun doesn't go down, they just started, shooting cars off of cliffs because their fireworks kind of sucked in the broad daylight. So, they dragged cars out of the junkyard, brick the accelerator, tie up the steering wheel. Somebody reaches in, slaps it and drive. And the whole town is just sitting in folding chairs at the bottom of this 40-story cliff. And they shoot them off. So we saw that. It's a couple of my cannonball buddies. And we were like, man, that sounds fun. Let's do that. So we got junk cars down in the lower 48, all met in Reno, and then just caravanned them up there and launched them. And then I had two buddies of mine that a couple weeks ago, or 12 months ago, I guess, I just gotten back from the Hot Wheels show, which I filmed over in the UK. So I just got back from that. And my buddy David and buddy Bradley called me up. They're like, we got an 84 Suburban with an 800 horsepower LS in it. We want to go to Alaska Drag Week, but we want to go via Key West and drive as far as you can drive to get there. Are you in? And I'm like, you got me. Let's go. So we just piled in this Suburban, drove it from Atlanta to Key West, turned around, drove it all the way to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, then did a full lap around Alaska, just made some friends, hung out with some friends, and just having adventures, man. And, just kind of sleeping in the car, living on the road, and save up, get a hotel room every few days, and just kind of make it up as we go. And did that and kind of scouted out a route plan. And I've been working with, Ed and I from VinWiki have been working with this company, Sway, for a couple of years now. We were working on a Pan America drive from Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, down to Ushuaia, Argentina. But, which is,
is that the furthest north and furthest south that you can do?
Yes. Yeah, that is it. And the route we were going to be is going to be about 19,000 miles through 15 countries.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. We got some cars set up for it, some really cool Porsche Cayennes, got them all tricked out. But, with COVID at first, the borders weren't open. And then about that time, there was a monsoon season that was extra bad down in Colombia. Part of the road washed out in Colombia, in Costa Rica, I think in Nicaragua somewhere. Anyway, like the road's just not passable. So we kind of were at a stalemate with that. So Sway's a neat company. Sway, they are kind of a research and development firm out in Montana. They experiment with all this crazy like carbon fiber, kind of unobtainium stuff. They deal with robotics, with all this really cutting edge stuff. And they've got an interest in motorsport. So we had partnered up with them to take the trip. And since the road was closed, they were like, all right, let's just do something cool. So we just took 4 cars and met up there a few weeks ago at their open house and just kind of took off in 4 different directions. And I had just been to Alaska, so I grabbed a camera guy, my buddy Ben Stevenson, and we went down through Southwest and had some folks headed up to Alaska and just getting out there and just shooting some footage and keeping sponsors excited, and did that. And they've been a great company to work with, but they're part of what makes some of these adventures possible. And I've been really lucky to work with them. That's
awesome. It just sounds like you're traveling the world, having a good time and making it up as you go along. That sounds really fun.
It's been cool, and for a living, I do artwork. So I kind of squeeze this in between making a living. I don't have kids.
Do you have a link where we can look at your artwork? Cause I'm so curious now. I was in my head. I was like, all right, make sure later you look at the cars thrown off the cliff in Alaska. I'm like made a check mark in my head, but I was, I can't wait to see your art. I need to see it now. I need to see what.
Well, thanks for checking it out. All right. If you go to Christopher Michaels Art on Instagram, And you'll have to kind of scroll down through all the Hot Wheels show stuff and some of this Sway expedition I did. But there's some of my sculptures and paintings and stuff a little further down.
Yeah, pop that up on the screen, Zach, if you don't mind, so we can take a look at it. So you're all the car stuff is just for fun for you.
I mean, in a way, yes. I mean, from a social media standpoint, I mean, I'm trying to turn it into an income stream, but as an experience, it's just been fun. I mean, all of my friends do cannonball stuff and build Hot Wheels and do custom cars. And let's see, those are just some random pictures. Yeah, a lot of this Hot Wheels show, that was a lot of fun. There we go. So that's let's see, you've got the black car there. That's a painting I did of ZZ Top's Cadzilla. That kind of mushroom cloud there in front of that Audi. That is a trophy I made for the Amelia Island Concours.
Is that car in the Sharp Dressed Man video?
I'm sorry? Yes, that is it. That is it, Cadzilla. And actually, I went to the Peterson Vault just last week and got to see that car in person for the first time. It was really
I didn't think it was real. It doesn't look real in the in the video.
Yeah, it is very, very real. That zombie book cover that was on the New York bestseller list. My buddy David Simpson wrote that Zombie Road book, and I did a cover for him there. Then you got just some logos and stuff, kind of motorsport world logos and things I do. And
what's that straight line of rocks? Because I want to believe it's in South America where you can see those patterns from the sky.
That is in Scotland. That's about probably a 1,300-year-old sheep fence in Scotland. It was a
well,
neat
never
shot.
mind then.
But
not even
that's
close.
Cool too. Though.
Not even close.
Yeah, it was fun, and
not even Hadrian's Wall or something.
No.
Damn.
Yeah,
that was my second guess.
there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks. Saying, look, so most of my artwork has all been motorsport related, just car related. I've been a car kid. I mean, the moment I was born, I love cars and engines. I've built my whole career about designing cars, building cars, doing artwork of cars, making artwork out of car parts. I tell stories about cars on the internet. I take road trips in cars. I race cars, like literally every part of my world. All of my friends are car people. That's just what I do.
Do you like electric cars?
I'm sorry?
Do you like electric cars, electric vehicles? I find a lot of car people don't.
You know, mechanically, I'm very impressed with them. Just the other day, I delivered one of the Porsches. I handed that off to the JR Garage guys, and I was kind of running late. I needed to get to the airport, and they put me in one of those like Tesla Plaids. And holy crap! I mean, as somebody who grew up drag racing, and you know the work and effort it takes to get a car to do an 8-second quarter mile, and to get in something that just whooshes you along like you're outside out of a cannon. I mean, the performance of them is incredible. I don't feel it like an emotional standpoint. I just don't get connected to them. I mean, they're amazing, but you know, I don't feel like they're necessarily the solution to ecological problems, because you know the amount of energy it takes to bring not only a new car to market but to power an electric car. I don't feel like that's really breaking even in regards to an ecological standpoint. And you know, I just like old cars. You know, I've got an 82 Lincoln and an old Scout and an old clunky Dodge truck and a bunch of Harleys. And I like cars and engine bikes that make noise and shake and rattle and roll. And electric cars are amazing, but they just don't touch me emotionally like I want a car to do.
I'm sure there's one that does it, but I've always wondered why I didn't see it more. But I would want my Tesla to make noise like a loud car. I want it to sound like it's got exhaust. And when I hit things, that would be hilarious if that thing sat there like it had
pump that through the speakers. Fucking Elon made fart mode, but not that. Come on.
Oh yeah, you could just you could feel it one day. You feel like a old Ferrari V8. Different day, you could have a 383 stroker. You could just click it, whatever car you felt like of the day. You know, you could just run anything you wanted. You know, listen to a turbo vet or a naturally aspirated old, Coyote motor, anything you wanted.